Hi everyone! We'd like to show you a quick exercise that you can do to get used to painting with coffee.
It can be a little bit tricky at first, but it's a lot of fun. These are the supplies we'll be using. You can find the list in the notes below the video.
Now, have you noticed coffee paintings are monochromatic?
Whoa, there's a big word. Monochromatic. That just means only one color. It's all brown.
Yes, so because of that, it's very important to learn to paint in different values. There's another art word, values.
Values are talking about how dark or how light we're making things. So if we painted with only one value, we wouldn't be able to read our picture very well.
We need to make some very dark values and some very light ones and some in between. Our coffee paintings will have one color but lots of different values. Learning to do that will mean successful painting.
So let's start. Grab your watercolor paper and a light brown pencil.
Next, find something with a round shape that you can trace. I'm using a coffee cup. Trace a light circle and then make a little dot in the middle. Now using a ruler, you can divide the circle up like a pie.
If you want it to be easier, make just 4 pieces of pie. And if you want a little more of a challenge, make 8 pieces.
I'm making 8 this time. Now for the coffee. I put a teaspoon of instant coffee on my plate, and then I just put a little bit of water on the side so that the coffee starts to dissolve, but it's not dissolving all of it at once. Now I can mix some different values. First, I'm going to try make the darkest value that I can.
That means only using a little bit of water, just enough to get the coffee wet.
So on the first piece of pie, let's fill it in as dark as we can. To get it really dark, it needs to go on in thick layers, but you'll notice that the coffee really moves around when you push it, so it can be tricky. It takes some practice to get it even and nice and dark.
But this is just practice today, so don't worry at all if you go outside of the lines or make a mess. Just have fun.
Remember the value scale we showed you at the beginning? We're making one of those, in a way.
So now that we have our darkest coffee piece, let's think about our lightest one. The lightest value we can use is white, and the paper is already white.
Our job now is to fill in the values in between the lightest light and our darkest dark. You can start by just marking the values in a little at a time, like this. Again, don't worry if it's not perfect. This is an experiment.
By the time we're done, you'll have practiced mixing different values, holding your paintbrush, and putting down layers of coffee.
So, how do we mix a lighter value?
You use more water, so clean the dark coffee out of your brush when you need to by swishing it in your water cup. Now right on your plate, try mix small areas of different values and then try it on your paper as you fill in the rest of the pie.
On the lighter pieces, we'll use more water and less coffee in the mix. And as we paint the darker pieces, we need more coffee and less water loaded into our brush. Now, I hope you'll have some fun and do this a bunch of times. Try different sizes of circles or different shapes.
See what happens when you do different things, like dropping some water into the middle of your painting. Or you can lightly wet an area with just water, then add thicker coffee right back into the wet spot.
Once you can make dark values and light values as you want to, you'll be well on your way to becoming a master coffee painter. Thank you for experimenting with us today. If you like this video, I hope you'll follow along because the kids and I are going to post some painting tutorials and make some great art together.
Happy painting!